Hey everybody, Justin Woolley coming in. So I've put in many more hours of research in regards to how to supplement your body to help fight off Ebola, and I've also come up with some things that you actually don't want to do, which will definitely damage your chances of survival. So this is a complete upgrade from the first video here. A lot more good information you need to know about. All right. Also, thanks to Anthony for a lot of the information supplied the first time around. The first bit of information we're going to go over was actually supplied by another individual. So I really appreciate you guys hitting me up with this information. It's very invaluable. This bit of information coming from Tav 144, and he dropped the link for pine needle tea, 5 times higher in vitamin C than citrus lemon. So I went ahead and got into there. Matter of fact, I made some pine needle tea earlier today. The stuff's pretty awesome. And I'm feeling good, so it definitely didn't hurt me. Cognitive ability is up. I feel as sharp as ever. So some high quality stuff. Right here, it goes over how it has 5 times the amount of lemons. Says a lemon has 83.2 milligrams vitamin C versus the pine needle tea yielding 400 milligrams per cup. So that's impressive. That's a lot of vitamin C. And over here, it actually goes to explain what vitamin C does for you. Vitamin C is kind of this cliche thing. People toss the term around everywhere. And a lot of people think it's laughable when you're talking about something as simple and cliche as vitamin C when trying to actually fight off Ebola. But people need to understand that Ebola is a virus, as nasty as the side effects of how it operates within your body are. It's still a virus, and people still do have some level of success rate in fighting it if their immune system can fight it off. So going into it here, vitamin C is an antioxidant and an immune system booster. That's where it boosts your chance of your immune system fighting off the virus. So there you go. It also improves cardiovascular system functions. Boom. What does Ebola do? Oh, that's right. It totally breaks down and destroys your cardiovascular system by messing with its functions. Your platelets and your blood don't stick together. Your blood thins out. It can't clot. Your vein and artery walls and blood vessels become weak and actually rupture, and you internally bleed out. So vitamin C, it's helping your immune system's ability to attack the virus and helping your cardiovascular system. So a massive amount of vitamin C is fundamental when dealing with Ebola. You just want to flood your body with as much vitamin C as you can take in. So it also says improves skin and eye health. So there you go. Also a good treatment for scurvy. All right. And I also made it my business to find out what vitamins specifically, because in the first video I mentioned broccoli, as it was mentioned in the article there, was a good option for dealing with the thinning of your blood, which Ebola does. So to help with the clotting process, broccoli was recommended. So I wanted to actually know specifically what vitamin helped with that. Turns out it's vitamin K. All right, it says right here, vitamin K is needed to make active proteins involved in the process of blood clotting and bone density. So it helps with bone density as well. When you lack vitamin K, blood loss from injury increases, and accordingly, your chance for death rises if you're bleeding out, which is what Ebola specializes in. So vitamin K is the key element. So here it goes on to say what foods are the most rich in vitamin K. And ironically, broccoli has been trumped by kale, which comes in the #1 spot with 547 micrograms of vitamin K. So kale is even more potent than spinach, romaine lettuce, and pretty much everything else. So kale is king. So far we have pine needle tea with 5 times the amount of vitamin C of a whole lemon, kale with enough vitamin K to help your blood clot and function properly, And now we go on to the don'ts. You're going to have to find a way to calm yourself. I don't care if it's happy thoughts. I don't care what you need to do. But you need to not be stressed out even when you're facing something like Ebola, because what happens when you're stressed is it raises your blood pressure. And when a virus that weakens your veins, arteries, and blood vessels is, in the equation, high blood pressure will literally mess you up. And another contributor to high blood pressure, which you will want to avoid, and this might be a shocker because almost everyone has their cup of coffee or a can of Mountain Dew or something. Caffeine. You do not want to be on caffeine of any kind at all if you have Ebola. It does several things that will mess you up. First of all, it spools up your adrenal system, and it does this right here. Here's the technical term, and it's the narrowing or constriction of blood vessels, which is what causes the high blood pressure from caffeine. So yeah, it actually, the small muscles in your blood vessels literally contract under caffeine. So that will induce, again, some problems for you. Much like stress, where you get high blood pressure from stress. If you have, you're going to be a little bit stressed out, and your blood pressure is going to be at least a little bit high when you figure out that you might have Ebola. It might be anywhere from a slight concern to straight freaking out. And both of those will raise your blood pressure. It's just a matter of how much. Add a stimulant like caffeine, which will raise your blood pressure even more. It's a recipe for disaster. So if you're stressed out, you got caffeine, and you're not getting the right amount of vitamin C or vitamin K, you're pretty much screwed. I mean, you will be one of those 50 to 90% that die from Ebola. Now, if you do a really, really good job of taking in vitamin C, vitamin K, keep your stress levels down, don't ingest any stimulants that raise your blood pressure. That's any stimulants, not just caffeine, anything that raises your blood pressure, which is all stimulants. So stay away from those. That's about all I got. Again, thanks to Anthony here for the information the first go around. I'm going to have all those links presented once again. They're all very valid. Just keep in mind that broccoli has been trumped by kale. Kale is your go-to when it comes to vitamin K. And also, this is a free way to get vitamin C. Of course, you can get pine needles from just about anywhere. Real quick, do keep in mind there are 3 species that you want to stay away from here. Make sure to read this. Don't pick poisonous pines. There's 3 of them here. It goes on to say that most conifers are safe to experiment with. I actually experimented with 3 today when I made my pine needle tea, combined 3 of them together. But here's the ones you don't want to play with, because they will mess you up. So always read the disclaimer in the fine print, even though that's not really fine print. It's actually warning you in big red letters there. So, but yeah, guys, well, that about does it. 8.5 minutes or so. So it's about the same length as this film here, which was, 6 minutes, 14 seconds. I did more research, had a little bit more explaining to do, so what can I say? All right, guys, well, have a good one, stay safe, and if you get Ebola, make sure to refer back to this video or just take these steps right off the bat if you know what to do. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care.